Welcome, everybody, to No Harm, No Foul, two of the greatest 49er content creators of all time talking trash about their own team. No harm, no foul. I'm your host, Wayne Breezy. I got my host, Mike Andrews. He's in the building. He didn't see the thing about the show, nothing scripted. So he has no idea what I'm going to say when I start off a show. Just like I have no idea what he's going to say when he closes out a show. We just roll with it, Mike. What's going on, baby?
What's going on, man? You know, look, the Niners are on top of the NFC West, man. 2 dubs, 2 games. Very efficient offense. You know, we're scoring a lot of points, 30 points a game right now. We're doing more scoring than we are punting. That's always a win. That's always a victory. The defense, though, and some players on that defense, we're gonna have to break that down a little bit, you know. But I'm doing well though, man. I got my blue one. I thought about wearing it yesterday for the Rams. I'm gonna wear it today real quick, and then maybe wash it up and wear it again on Thursday. Is that illegal?
You have a Rams blue 49ers hoodie.
So it's not a hoodie, although the collar kind of looked like it's supposed to be a hoodie back there.
That's why I asked. Yeah,
it's just a long sleeve Nike. Oh shoot, can you see? Yes, it's just a long sleeve Nike.
I see it.
Those stretchy joints, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I like it. Is it the dry fit kind of wear?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. What's that mean?
It just means you could sweat and then it'll dry up at a quick period of time.
I sweat and it gets dry.
Yeah, so it's dry fit.
I'm fat. But all my shirts are dry fit because I sweat in them and I wear them while they.
But dry fit is clingy to the body, so I don't like clingy stuff.
Oh no, this thing tight. I don't like that stuff. I don't have the physique for that.
Yeah, that's the European cut. Everything they make now is European cut. Like. You're not European.
I'm African cut. I can't do that. Sorry.
Listen, great win for the 49ers. We'll talk about the defense on today's episode. But we gotta get ready to face or host the New York Football Giants, who are coming in off of a high after coming back and beating. You want to talk about a comeback? I thought we came back. Yesterday we came back and won. I thought that we did because we were down by 17-10, remember? And then we scored all those unanswered points. So technically that's a comeback. See, Mike always just like
I didn't say a word.
It's your facial expressions, bro. You talk about my facial expressions be crazy. Look, they've got questions. Wayne, why you didn't hop on NBN? We missed you.
I'm whooping his tail in fantasy football, and he ain't want to come in there, man.
If that's what Mike wants to think, that's fine. But like, first of all, I was willing to do the halftime show, and then if you watch our overreaction show, it was 45 minutes. When have I ever done a 45-minute show? I was tired. But when I got off the air, I went to bed. I woke up. I woke up at 3:30, and like literally.
How's your health?
My health is good, but see, like I'm a morning person, right? So like. I like to get up early and do everything I need to do, but by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon,
that clock start ticking.
Tick, 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 tick. It started winding down. Okay. So that's kind of what it is for me, bro. Like
when I see my people sleeping a lot, I always think like, you know, not that I should have asked you that on the air. I'm sorry. I definitely shouldn't have done that.
That's the thing. I don't sleep a lot. I just was tired because I work a lot. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. You probably have like overexposure to like microphone radiation and screen time. Like, you don't get headaches and stuff, man. Like you spend a lot of time in front of these cameras. And
so I have these glasses. I need these glasses for the UV, whatever the light is, the blue light, whatever it's called. So I need to start wearing those because I did have a headache. But I got up this morning, Mike, at 3:30. I'm like, all right, the gym opens at 4. I might as well get my workout on early and then I'll be done. So I got to the gym about 4:30 because I watched the episode of the morning show. And then after that, I went to the gym and worked out till about 7. And then I lost my AirPod today, Mike, right? So I'm looking
One.
for my AirPod, just one, because it's and so because I usually put one in my ear. So I'm looking for my AirPod, couldn't find it. Put the trace thing on, and so it told me that the last time it recognized it was when I dropped my son off to school this morning. So I'm
Mhm.
like, oh man, now I don't like losing stuff. So I was about to get in my car.
You were not going to the school to look for
I
the
was
damn.
gonna go look for it after I finished the Wayne Breezy show today. So this is what happened though. So around 3:30, I've been sitting here. It's like I gotta go pee. So I went to go pee. Why was the AirPod on the scale in the bathroom? So I must have took my AirPod out to weigh myself this morning and left it there, and then
Wait.
inside the thing and pulled out the other one and didn't recognize one was missing. The junk was on the scale, bro.
AirPod wasn't going to register on you. What kind of scale do you have that you thought that thing that weighs 0.04?
It
Why
wasn't
did
supposed to register on the scale, Mike. It was supposed to beep, but the sound to find the AirPod is so low. It's like
Oh my
beep beep
god.
beep beep beep. It's like dumb low.
Yeah.
But it was. I just had to pee. If I didn't have to pee, I would
You
have
would have
never.
went to the school.
Yeah, because I checked in the bathroom 3 times. I just didn't pee to look down at the scale to find my friend. Anyway, guys, welcome to No Harm No Foul. I don't know how we got there, but that was my day this morning. Let's talk about this defense, Mike. Defense overall. What would you give it an overall grade of?
I mean, I think they got work, man. And by the way, like the Niners didn't, they didn't give up 40 points or nothing like that, nothing crazy. But this was like watching a Kyle Shanahan offense, just the other way around, right? Like this was watching our offense pick apart our defense. And so I wasn't thrilled. I wasn't overall thrilled. I thought we played with way too much cushion. Whatever technique they're telling these DBs to play, I did not like it. We got 8 up across the middle. Listen, you could be a fantasy football person or not, but a wide receiver almost had 30 points and didn't sniff the end zone.
Yeah.
Like in a standard PPR, this man had 15 receptions and 140 yards or something like that. Like,
You talk about Puka Nakua, right?
yes,
Yeah, he
that
had 20, 22 plus points this
it was
week.
it was 29 in a standard PPR. It was 29 points.
Oh, standard. Okay.
So like this is, but it was from the opening drive to the very last drive. The only time he wasn't getting it was when he got a little dinged up and had to sit out for a couple of plays, right?
He
Like
also
this,
dropped some passes too, but he was consistently getting
if you
open.
throw to me 40 times in a game, yeah, I'm not going to catch them all.
It threw
I'm
to
not
him.
going to catch them all.
Was it 15 times?
I think he had 17 targets in total, and he caught like 15 of them.
He had
But
20 targets in total and caught 15 of them.
but come on, that's a good ratio. That's a good ratio.
Well, Mike, that was their only thing going for him. Like that, like
And it should have been that much easier to stop then. It should if that's all you got to move the ball against me, I should be able to figure out a way to control that, to slow that down. And they
nah.
didn't. And they marched down the field with consistency. They converted over 50 or just around 50% of their third downs. They were 1-for-1 on fourth. I don't have any of this in front of me. I'm just doing this based off of the memory. And I was throwing them back last night on the victory show. So forgive me if these numbers are way off. But they were close to 50% on third down conversions. They were 1-for-1, if I'm not mistaken, on fourth down conversions. And the Niners just couldn't do anything, in my opinion, to slow them down. I was not happy with this defense. I would give the defense probably a D plus, C minus.
Interesting, because the defense won the game. But listen, but in context, you're right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, because in context, you're 100% correct. Like it was what the Niners do to most defenses in the NFL, and I think I'm gonna be honest. I've never in my entire life for his career watched Matthew Stafford be this efficient. Like he was highly efficient in this particular game because he was literally just taking what the defense was giving him, right? They were playing 10 yards off, like from the nickel back to the outside positions. And when they did play, to be fair, when the defense did play closer up, when you saw like Mooney Ward play closer up on the line, and it was kind of like it was zone coverage, right? Because we wasn't in man because Mooney passed the guy off, and Deontay Lenoir was supposed to pick him off. They ran those little with them illegal pick routes, what they call them, to move our guys out of the way. Like Sean McVay was just in his bag, and he had a proper executor to execute the plays. I think that was the difference. Like Matthew Stafford was just making sure I'm gonna throw the ball here, you be there, and Puka Nakua was catching it. You're muted. You muted yourself.
My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, and Tutu Atwell, like he was getting his a couple times also.
Everything,
Like
everything underneath routes though, Mike. So like with the Tutu
no,
Atwell thing,
Tutu went downfield.
not much. No, not a lot. There were no downfield throws. To be honest, I mean, what are we calling downfield? 15 yards?
Yes. Shit, then we can't do it. But that's we on the defense. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I apologize. I take it back. I'm gonna reel it in. All I'm saying is that this Rams team looks a little different. It's all
They
these
look a
unnamed
lot
players.
different. What do you mean a little different?
Because I tried saying this when we talked about them versus Seattle. I said that they looked different, and it was like it was just Seattle. It was just not saying you said that, right? But I had been saying it all week. Like Matthew Stafford looks different. I don't know if he's just healthy now or what, but this guy looked like he was making the right decision quickly, efficiently, effectively, and delivering the ball. If it weren't for those 2 turnovers, they were scoring on those drives. They were going to score on those drives.
I mean, you could say we would have scored on our drives if the balls weren't overthrown, but
but that the defense didn't prevent us from scoring. That's another thing that's been bothering me that we'll get to later on this week, I'm sure.
but the defense made the stop when they needed to make a stop, so they forced the turnovers. So you got to give the defense credit for forcing a turnover.
Well, when you said the defense won the game for us, I almost said no, they didn't. But then I remembered those 2 turnovers. Yeah, they did.
Right.
Because
so
I think without those turnovers, they might have had the lead, 2 scoring drives, like I said, and we only won by 1 score.
I mean, or they might. I mean, we really won by 2 scores, but if you want to count the damn field goal at the end for petty ass Sean McVay,
what that was, right?
To cover that damn point spread,
that was a 7.5 points,
bro. I know people were pissed, Mike.
Like, that was the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my life.
And I know Kyle was talking trash too when he went and gave him the dap. Like, you motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to read the lips, yo.
That was funny. Speaking of reading lips, man, I saw what CMC said to my man Akello.
Oh my gosh.
And if it weren't for that being a Niners versus Akello thing, I feel away. But I was cool with it. I was cool with it in the moment. I was a little conflicted. You know, Akello's my guy. You know, y'all know.
I knew you were like saying something. I don't know if you were more upset with what he said, which you probably were, or if that bothered you more, or did the stiff arm bother you more? Because he literally if Akello doesn't pull him down, like Akello was going into the turf, bro. Like literally into the turf. And Akello grabs his arm and pulls Christian McCaffrey down. So
I mean, the stiff arm wasn't all of that. He came with force. He was looking for him. But Akello just, he locked onto him and he did good. I understand where it came from too. I just sent you a video.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend showing, although it is distorted, we shouldn't get flagged, but I don't recommend showing it.
I'm not going to show it.
That is why and where this competition came from with the 2 of them. Akello kind of tossed him when he was blocking on a Debo play early in the first quarter.
So tell me, Mike,
it's healthy.
What I tried to spin. So help me out. Because Jim, who is a Rams fan, y'all got your ass beat. Tell me what I'm trying to spin. He says you're 100 and I'm trying to spin the obvious 49ers vulnerability. So if
wait. I don't think the Niners are vulnerable at all. Like this.
Right. So they chose to play soft coverage. So let's just have this. They didn't play that against Pittsburgh, but they didn't play it as much against Pittsburgh because they played a lot of man. They played a lot of zone. 70% to be exact was zone in the first half. So they chose to play soft off coverage against the Rams. So tell me what I'm trying to spin. Because I don't get it. Like I don't get why everything I do is in like reflected on some type of
Well,
negativity. I
because
mean,
what it is that I was saying something positive about the Rams, and you weren't. So the Rams
I
fan
didn't
is
say
going to say,
anything
"Oh, Mike was
negative
right."
though. What did I say negative?
It wasn't negative, but it was like I'm saying the Niners were bad, and you were saying, "Well, it wasn't that bad. They did okay."
No,
And
no,
so
no,
it's like,
no,
"No,
no, no,
Mike
no,
is
no,
right."
no, no,
But
no.
because if we're doing bad, that means that they're doing good.
Oh, I said in context that you were
Right.
right. I said,
Right.
but overall, they finished game. That's why I said well, overall defensive grade versus the Rams. So like you can say, yo, in the first half, they gave up every catch. It was bad. It was like an F. But then what did they get in the second half? I'm sure it wasn't an A, but the defense found a way to come through because Steve Wilkes decided to switch it up. He decided to blitz. I mean, damn. Let's talk about the sackless 49ers, right? Because that's what this episode is about. So like
Sackless in San Francisco, baby. We got one sack as a team, but nothing for the defensive line, and it wasn't good enough. It's not
like we went how many sacks? We had 5 sacks week 1, right?
three.
3
Fi-
sacks week 1. What do
Three,
we
no,
have
no, no,
5
four.
of?
It was four. It was four. One for Hargrave and three for Jackson, I believe.
No, so we have 5 because Kevin Givens got one. So we have 5
Oh, that's right.
sacks.
That's right. That's right. Givens. Good job. Good
5
job.
sacks week 1 from the defensive line.
Only.
0 sacks week 2 from the defensive line. Now, is this part of the defensive line just digressing, or was this a scheme to prevent from sacking Matthew Stafford? I swear Matthew Stafford was getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds, bro.
I'm patting myself on the back. I said that everybody needs to pump their brakes. They saying, "Oh, he's a statue. He's a statue." I was like, "This guy is navigating the pocket. He's decisive, and he's getting rid of the ball quickly." I would be very surprised if the Niners got more than 2 sacks on him in this game.
I thought they would get
there was
2.
one. There was I thought 2 was around the number, right?
I think that was we both came to that conclusion. I did call 2 interceptions though.
Right. I thought Bosa was going to get him, but he got rid of that joker fast too. So
Mooney Ward should have had a sack. And that's my point. Like, listen, if you want to say the defense was an F throughout the whole game, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
No, it's not an F.
But they missed mad opportunities.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the biggest opportunity.
Do you have something that shows the stat for missed tackles? This is not that kind of show. I'm sorry. We're supposed to be focusing on the sackless San Francisco 49ers defensive line. And Nick
I could
Bosa
look up missed tackles, bro. But at the end of the day, Mike, I was just confused on how did he not make that sack?
Yeah, no, I don't get it. It was, I mean,
the 49ers had 8 missed tackles in this game.
It's fucking pathetic. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, but like it's kind of like who they were, right? So Fred Warner missed 2, but it was on that one of his missed tackles was on the play where he went to do it, but then got blocked down into the ground. So like I don't know how you graded him on a missed tackle if he was getting blocked. Like
I mean, that one might not be one of the ones that counts.
I think
I don't know.
I think it definitely was one of the ones that count.
CMC gave Akello the stiffy.
He did give him the stiffy, bro.
I'm not mad at these.
But no, but seriously, like a lot of these missed tackles came from let's see.
They were slick. They look like the Niners out there. They look like a poor man's version of this 49ers offense. They were out there breaking tackles. The quarterbacks were getting rid of the ball fast. Thank God they didn't have a run game. You could sit here and talk about Cooper Kupp and all of them coming back. I don't think they're pressed for Cooper Kupp to return.
Like some of these missed tackles to me are suspect, Mike. So like the Hargrave one was on the one where he almost sacked Matthew Stafford, but that's counted as a missed tackle. You see what I'm saying? So like,
see, I didn't know that. That should count as a pressure or a hit.
It was definitely a pressure. He still got the pressure, but it's also a missed. Like he missed tackling the running back or whatever. The running back.
That's the one where he just came through the line, right past the center.
Yes. That's
okay. I can see how that's counted as a missed tackle.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's a missed tackle. Like so. Like some of them are like, huh? Like
right, because he wasn't even going after the ball carrier.
No, he was going after Matthew Stafford. Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like some of these missed tackles are skewed, but I tell you what, they had 12 stops. Like they had 12 tackles for loss. So like give or take, and most of the missed tackles were in the secondary, right? Isaiah
Yeah.
Oliver, Hufunga, Fred Warner in the mid level. Gibson had 2. Drake Jackson had none.
I'm
Hargrave
about to
had
say
1. Mooney Ward. The Mooney Ward one was the most
he pisses me off.
missed tackle that stuck out. He does look different, Mike. You called him out last week, and he does look different. Like I saw a play where he wasn't running.
I hate this is only a 10-minute show. I mean,
I
30
know.
minute
I saw, but I saw it. Like I'm like, dude, you're not gonna chase this guy down.
right.
And then the lackadaisical, like, I mean, I don't know what's going on in his head, but why do you put your head down to go sack a quarterback? Motherfucking get him as hard as you can.
There's a still shot that I can show you of him literally on all fours.
Yeah, like a bear.
Crawling. Like what are you doing? What are you doing? But
he was 4-point stance.
I'm gonna say something to you, and you tell me what happened on this day.
Okay.
On this day, January 8th, 2022.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, 2023.
Even worse. What happened on January 8th, 2020? I don't know. That was 7 days before my birthday. I probably don't remember. Was it
the last time Nick Bosa got a sack?
The last time Nick Bosa got a sack. All right, so let's have this conversation. We got about 9 minutes.
And that's before the playoffs.
That was before the playoffs. Nick, I mean, his double team rate has definitely been high. It was lower in this game than it was week 1, but they're sending the kitchen sink pretty much at Nick Bosa to take him out of the game. But I think I mean, how can he be more dominant as a defensive end in this 4-3 defense if they're sending everything at him? Like, what can he do? He says it. He says he has to be better. Like, he says he has to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen him beat double teams. So could part of this be just him not in game shape? Because he's still bringing the force. Nick Bosa was the highest grade player from the 49ers yesterday with no sacks, but the pressures was there. Highest grade player. 90.
He got the same amount of pressures as freaking Javon Kinlaw. Like that, what does that mean? Well, Kinlaw probably had one more than him.
Kinlaw missed the tackle. Like he has a missed tackle.
Right. I think, it's tough for me to sit here and really, really like be down on Bosa when they're getting the ball out as quickly. I would love to know what the average time to pass was.
I think it was 2.5 seconds, bro. Yeah. Literally. It was
I get that. So that makes it hard for me to harp on Nick Bosa and his lack of sacks in particular.
The whole pass rush, though.
And right, they were scheming around.
Thank you.
The pass rush. And
I was wondering if we were going to come to some type of an agreement on that, because that's what I was like, okay, because that's what the Niners do, right? Bubble screens, quick throws. You want to send people at us? No problem. Send them.
When a blitzer come in, we throw the ball right over
right over there. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I get it, right? So who else to do this better than McVay and LaFleur? Huh? Mm-hmm. That right. They're mirrored images of what Kyle Shanahan does.
Right.
Now, I didn't let me just keep it above. I did not expect these young players to grasp on to this type of offense so quickly. But if Puka Nacua came out of BYU with this type of style of offense, and then now you go from gunslinging Matthew Stafford, bro, into this efficient Matthew Stafford. That's why he looks different. That's why he looks better. That's why he looks faster. That he's getting the ball in his hand in like less than 3 seconds, bro. And he has the pass catchers to do it. And he learned that predominantly from having a guy like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp wasn't going down the field all the damn time. And Matthew Stafford is a gunslinger, bro. The time he started gunslinging, he threw interceptions.
He and they are going to be a problem this season. I'm telling y'all now. I think the Rams are going to be a problem this season. I really do.
Interesting. So should we be worried that Nick Bosa has 0 sacks? And that the defensive line couldn't figure out how to generate some type of pressure without the blitz on these
You know,
quick throws.
right. So, we came on and you asked me, to grade the defense. I gave them a D plus. I was very unhappy. We went over the missed tackles. We went over the lack of sacks from the defensive line this game. The one that we got was Fred Warner coming in on a blitz. And if I'm not mistaken, they sent him more than once, right? Didn't he have another missed sack?
Nah,
No, it was just the one.
yeah,
But
he only
we,
blitzed
we talked
once.
a lot of
Hufanga
negative
blitzed
things.
and he missed, and
Mooney,
Ward
Mooney
straight up
did it,
missed.
what we talked about, all these negative things, but the truth of the matter is this, guys. Not every team can execute the quick game, and I am not worried about the lack of sacks from this game in particular. I think that was just really good scheme and execution by the Rams, making it a point to get the ball out of their hands in a timely manner. That is always going to be tough to play against, something to execute against as far as being a pass rusher. So I am not concerned about it. I think the Rams had a good game plan. As far as Nick Bosa individually not having any sacks through 2 games, he's getting a lot of pressure. The first week, I didn't expect him to come in there and do anything. I expected him to get double teamed, and he's not in football shape. They said he was going to be on a pitch count. All of that told us probably shouldn't expect a whole lot as far as production from him. And in this game, not just for him, but for everybody, they were getting the ball out of their hands quickly. Watch what happens when we go up against the Giants.
On a short week.
Now, the cool thing, and this is, I'll give the NFL their props, and I'll shut up. They did a really solid thing here for the Giants. Thursday night football games are always skewed for whatever the home team is. The Niners are in LA. The Giants are in Arizona, and they both got to go play in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
I thought that the NFL did a really, really solid for the Giants with the scheduling there. Both teams have about the same amount of time to travel, and they both have the short week. I thought that was solid. So hopefully it's a more entertaining game than what people assume it's going to be right now.
Yeah, so far these Thursday night games has been blah. Like from the first one, the Chiefs. I mean the Lions got their win, but the Chiefs just didn't look like a juggernaut. And then the last game was just like, I don't know why I'm watching this. And everybody's going to be tuned in. It's the 49ers. They want to see what Kyle Shanahan can do. They want to see if Brock Purdy 12 like him and Christian McCaffrey with a 12-game win streak, regular season win streak. It's crazy right now. What the Niners are doing.
The Niners haven't lost a game that Christian McCaffrey was a starter in.
That's crazy, right?
NFC Championship game. That's it.
Yeah, and then Brock Purdy was injured in that game. So like it's interesting to see. Like, so everybody's gonna be tuned in. I'm hoping the offense is gonna be able to put up points. I'm getting that they're gonna be installing new grass at Levi Stadium after this past weekend's Ed Sheeran's concert. So new grass. I don't know how that's gonna be in our favor because it's new grass. So that means we may be slipping and sliding all over. I don't know. I remember when Levi first opened up, we couldn't figure it out. You remember those days?
I do. It was bad. There was a lot of learning that happened quickly. And shout out to the York family or whoever pays for the groundskeeping, because they were just throwing new fields out there. We're gonna keep going until we get this right. What kind you got? Okay, what kind you got? What kind you got? And they found it. And there's been no more complaints. The curse of Levi's kind of died with the bad grass.
Yeah.
It kind of died with the bad grass now that I think about it,
It did. Let's talk about real quick because we got to get off here. We got the Giants. We got a bunch of dope shows for you guys this week. We'll do our face-off episode. I guess we'll do it on Thursday, and then we'll do a recap episode on Friday. So
Friday face-off is my joint, though, man.
I know. How can we do a face-off if the game is on Thursday, though?
I know. We got to do it on Wednesday, I guess.
Wednesday, yeah, or Thursday, yeah,
we can go live on Thursday, yeah.
That's cool. Live on Thursday. So look, Mike, here's the thing, right? The Giants may be without Saquon Barkley. For those that keep saying that he's not going to play, like he hasn't been ruled out yet. It's probably he has an ankle sprain. It's not a high ankle sprain, and I don't know what I don't know if he had his MRI done yet. Haven't looked for it, but I know he had x-rays done, so nothing is broken. Now, there may be some type of ligament torn in there, but they don't think it's a high ankle sprain. So there's a possibility if that swelling is down and he can withstand the pain, he may be out there. But the Niners should be able to tee off on these running backs. I did not like how they played Kyron Williams in this game, but Danny Dimes isn't doing what Matthew Stafford did. He will run, but he's not efficient and accurate.
And he'll hold the ball longer trying to make plays down the field.
That's my point. He's not going to do. That's the old Matthew Stafford, remember?
Yeah.
And he had Megatron. Yeah.
6 sacks.
Yeah. So, damn. Since we talking sacks, Mike said 6. I'm going with 5 sacks in that game overall. And I'm going Nick Bosa getting 3 of them.
Yeah. I like it, man. Welcome back, Nick Bosa.
Man,
welcome
take
back,
us home,
Nick
baby.
Guys, we got to get out of here. We hope you guys enjoyed the show, man. If we offended you out there, hey, we didn't mean any harm by it. And if you guys offended us, we won't throw the flag on you. No foul there either, right? This has been another episode of No Harm, No Foul. We hope you guys appreciate it. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.